was named Best Picture when it wasn't.
No, La La Land was named as Best Picture. They came, received their award, and everybody was very happy. And by the way, La La Land had really had so many nominations. So everybody thought that it was indeed the winner until one of the producers came back and he said, there is a mistake. They've read the wrong envelope, and it's actually Moonlight that have won. So major goof right there. Very embarrassing.
But we've seen this before. This happened with Steve Harvey
Yes.
during, was it Miss World or Miss Universe?
Yes, Miss Universe, I think it
Yeah,
was.
it was
And
the same thing. It was
he
really
did the same
embarrassing.
thing. But there you go. As I said earlier, we are human, and to be human is subject to error.
So Moonlight did win.
Moonlight is actually the official winner of the most prestigious theatre award.
Yeah, but just before we move on, do you guys think that Riverwood, Kenya's version of Hollywood, will ever make it to the Oscars?
I would think not yet, and this is because I guess there is a certain process that for a film or whatever award to make it to Hollywood goes through. So I think it would be pushing it to think that they'd get there yet, because we still have again, looking at the history of Hollywood in terms of filmmaking, they've been doing this for centuries. We are only developing our film industry right now, so I think we still have a bit of time to go, but I don't know.
Yeah, a bit of potential though.
I think my concern would be, what is the character of the film industry in Kenya? Are we able to define it? Are we able to explain it? Are we able to package it? And are we able to sell it as uniquely Kenyan? Or are we trying to ape and to import what the Oscars are doing and what the Nigerians are doing and trying to copycat and see if we can do the same thing? Ultimately, authenticity wins over hype. So if we can define an authentic character of Kenyan film, it is possible for us to have our own version of our own awards without trying to be an Oscarish
Kind of.
Right. But are we on the right track?
I honestly think so. I have met young filmmakers. This country is on the right track, especially in terms of young people who are seeing filmmaking as a career path. It never used to be like that in the past. And as production costs come down and more producers come into play, and more young people get involved in filmmaking, we will get somewhere. What we haven't defined is where that somewhere is, because it is not Hollywood and it is not Oscar, but it should be a somewhere for us.
Yes. And I guess part of the reason why we have not defined it is because we've not identified our authentic character when it comes to film. We are still trying to copy what is happening in Hollywood, and until we find that character.
But I think why that happens is because the film industry, not exactly in terms of, say, training, it's really not that diversified in Kenya. You can't really tell your parents you want to do film and that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life here in Kenya. You must have studied for engineering and, medicine and whatnot. We need to invest in graphics. We need to invest in, just all the components of film production.
But the critical mass of young people who are doing film as a career is increasing. I have come across and worked with very, very passionate young filmmakers. And when I listen to them and see what they're doing, I'm very hopeful about the direction that we are taking. What I do not know is whether we have defined that direction for ourselves. And once we do, I think that the technology and the human resource exists, or we are starting to develop the technology and the human resource towards having something authentic. We just have to define it.
And it takes time. So let's be fair to ourselves and give ourselves time.
It does.